Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and today I'm here to share with you a deck that is new to me, received not too long ago, and that is the Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. This is very much out of alignment with how I'm working with the tarot right now, but when I saw this deck come out, I have a love for the Winnie the Pooh stories, and while this is a different illustrator, I think it really captures the heart of Winnie the Pooh, and I just find this deck will have a real soft spot for me. It might be a personal reader. I it's such a gentle heart, and as I look at some of these cards, I can hear some of the lines in the stories, and this is not meant to be anything heavy. This is just going to be a walkthrough of just a really touching and beautiful story. So welcome to all of you. Welcome to Mona and Aria and Dee. And Dee says she's just found her 1974 hardback. Wonderful. Hi, Laura. So there are two Fool cards, and one is called the Fool and one is called El Fulio. It's kind of sweet. The butterfly is on Winnie the Pooh's nose, and you'll notice the directions in this deck are also somewhat turned around. I did have my magnifying glass out, and I can't quite see what's on the hat in the card on the right. So there's some sort of a headband, a hat, and there is and I know this term is different in North America and the UK and Europe. We call it a fanny pack. Even though it's worn on the front, it's not usually worn on the back. Fanny is a word that refers to one's bottom. And I forget, so it's like a waist pack. And then he has the more traditional stick and kerchief filled with treasures on the left. So yeah, although I love the name El Fulio, I'm going to put that card to the side. There are a few extra majors that are really sweet, and I will show you those. I'll put them over here at the end of the major arcana. Yeah, probably keep the traditional one in the deck. This is the card back, and you can see it is reversible. It's quite I haven't really actually had any deep thought about it, but we do see the tree moving in both directions, as above, so below. So, and yeah, I'll have a closer look at that. Hello, Saskia. Namaste. Been deep in Lenormand studies. Well, good for you. Good for you. The magician is Rabbit, and Rabbit's in the garden shed, and you can see there are lots of treasures there. I'll see if a little more light might help. I can adjust my screen brightness too. Okay, that's better. You'll notice that Winnie the Pooh appears in most of the major arcana. There's something here too about, I don't know, when I look at this, I think about the protection around Rabbit as well. There's something kind of sweet in that. Lots of energy in the background. Maybe I'll do this, and then you have more time to look at some of the cards. I kind of wanted to stay zoomed in. Just a second here, I'll find my way. So you can see the cards up close. The card stock is lovely, and I will do a few card pulls at the end. Or perhaps just a reading for the collective. There are some little things in the cards that I haven't been able to identify yet, so I will continue to reflect on what they may or may not be. And you'll see that some of, hello, Debbie, welcome. You'll see that some of the, what was I going to say now? Totally forgot. It's interesting that Pooh is in the background of the High Priestess card, not more in the foreground. Usually there's a sense, right, that the background is a place of sacredness and the unknown. So you might read something into that. I think the creators of this deck are Serefina and Angela Mesa, and it is illustrated by Cat Amsel. Comes in a clamshell box, beautiful box. I'll show you later. I'm thinking that the Venus symbol on the tree looks like it's, I don't even know if it needed to be there. It almost looks like it's an afterthought. I didn't even notice it when I was first looking at the cards. But I think there's been an earnest attempt to capture the major symbols of the Waite-Smith Tarot. And the Emperor. There's some quite poignant inclusions of Christopher Robin in this tarot. And of course, Owl is in all of the Wise One cards. Instead of the Lovers, the title of this card is Precious Friends. And one thing I was thinking about as I was looking at this card, and I was thinking about that. Do you remember the part of the story where Christopher Robin has to go off to school? He's going to boarding school and he leaves the animals. And that's what I was thinking about when I was looking at this card. When I was doing the study of the lovers in the Marseille, and looking and comparing, I haven't done a video yet on this card, but comparing a lot of the lovers cards in the Tarot de Marseille, and just thinking about how it is portrayed there, this decision to grow up. I think that would be a really fitting story to be a part of this. I think there's an attempt to represent, lots of symbols that we are familiar with in the tarot in general. But I think there's not one card that sort of rubs me the wrong way, and maybe the Three of Swords. Unfortunately, it's a heart with three swords. This one's a little funny too. I don't know. It might have been more fun. Sorry, I'm really leaning on the table. It might have been more fun if it was actually like a sled. There were oh, we do kind of see the ski rudders. And we have Eeyore on one side and Kanga on the other. And isn't that interesting? Well, it's not reversed. Oh gosh, now here we go again with this right and left thing. As we look at the Chariot, the black, the slower energy is on the left, and the faster, more active energy is on the right. So this follows the the mirror tradition in the tarot, not from Pooh's point of view, if you understand what I'm saying. Number 8. So we have a heffalump. We have a couple of cards with the heffalumps in them. And this is the first one in strength, which is number 8. I'm strong enough to face my, and of course there's heffalumps. I don't know if there's, heffalumps in 9 of Swords. So repeating some of these symbols may be right, might come up in a reading. Hermit. I think Pooh wandered in lots of dark corners through the books and asked some pretty profound questions. It might be really fun actually to do some sort of a. I'd have to pull out my book. I do have a collect, like a thick book with all the stories in it. The 4 books. Is it 4 books? I can't remember. Now I was looking at the wheel. And I think she did really well here. So she's got Piglet representing the, no. She's got Eeyore representing the earth element, Taurus. She's got Piglet as fire. Owl as Scorpio, the eagle, and Christopher Robin as the water bearer. And we have the alchemical and the rhoda symbols on the wheel as well. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Justice is 11, and here Pooh has lost a kite and probably disturbed Rabbit's garden disturbed Rabbit in the process of getting the kite back. Character of Rabbit is so interesting. And one thing I do want to do, when Disney got the movie rights for Winnie the Pooh, some of the stories did change a little bit. So I think I'll go back and find my book and read the book. I think it's this was one of my, I was really moved by this story. And I think this is great. Hanged Bear. Winnie the Pooh has to figure out how to get the honey. And he's got a little halo around his head. This one, it's kind of poignant. So we have water. We have the river in the background, which we see in, do we see the Tower of the Moon? That's interesting. Okay, so I'll put this to the side and we'll look and see if she's brought in the moon. Looking at the cricket, I believe we have a lily, which might be a symbol of death, right? It is named Death. Okay, let's put that one to the side. Temperance. This is a really interesting double card, and it makes me think of the abundance of toys and stuff that children have in their playrooms and play areas. It's all so much. Sometimes you don't see parents that put toys away, only have a few toys out, rotating the toys. And it reminds me of that. It's like it's over, what's the word? Overstimulation. Aria says the symbol selection is really well thought out so far. And she's comment goes up to 12. Hello, Perry. Happy April to you as well. There was one prank this morning, but it didn't faze me at all. The Tower. And it's funny, I can hear Eeyore's voice and the way that oh, on the death card. Oh, maybe. Good observation. Good observation. I can hear Eeyore's voice in response to the tree coming down, because Eeyore was always the one that took life in stride. Oh, well. There'll be new growth in this place. Who can climb another tree? I think this is a beautiful star card. And you really get that sense of oasis. The way that Pooh is drawn there in the center of the river. Okay, so here is the moon. And I was just wondering if there was any, you know how there's symbology that's consistent in Waite-Smith with the death and the moon card, but I need to look really hard there. You do see the path. It just brings me so much joy. Children out at night with their magnifying glasses and being in the full moon and enjoying summer. It just makes me happy. And then here is the sun. Everyone enjoying the sun, the energy of the sun. And I'm sure you all remember this story where they were pulling Pooh out. Pooh got a little too fat and couldn't get out of his own hole. So here the friends gather and pull Pooh out of his hole. That's a judgment card. Emerging to a new understanding. And the World card is I think like the was it called the unbirthday party? The sign over here, where is it? It says welcome home. Christopher Robin has wings on again, it looks like. And all the friends are gathered, and some. Have you ever done that with your family? Had an unbirthday party and celebrated everybody's birthday and just, I don't know, I think it's such a great thing to do. Yeah. Okay, so the extra majors, I'll show you what, well, or oracle cards, really. There are 3 of them. Did I do a video once on how to use extra cards? I can't remember. So I really like this one, Pooh Sticks Togetherness. This one is Pure Joy and Bravery. So those are the 3 extra cards. And because this is a Winnie the Pooh deck, because this is, for me, it's going to be, I mean, obviously there's, even with a lighthearted deck, there's going to be profound messages. But what I was going to say is maybe I will keep these cards in. I think they're lovely choices. And maybe they will, they can highlight and emphasize some of the others. I'll zoom out and we'll do the minors, ace, 2, 3, 4. We'll compare the suits. So let's zoom out. Unless you want to see them close up. Do you want to see the 4 suits side by side, or do you want me to keep zoomed in more so you can see the cards better? I will wait a moment for you to respond and have a sip of my coffee. Let me know. First person to respond, I will. I think I'll take this slide off. Close, please. Okay, excellent. We will do that. Okay, so let's zoom in. Whoa, look at the wood on the table. Okay, I'm going to go Wands, Cups, and Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles. Zoom, 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 zoom. So you can see the symbol is at the top. And this castle that is in the tree, that is Owl's home, is in quite a few cards. So this is Ace of Wands. Okay. 2 of Wands. So this might have, I'm just thinking that Pooh Sticks card that we saw, that might fit in with something here. I really enjoyed, I don't think any of you were in the class, but I started Tarot Foundations to the live version, the final version of Tarot Foundations 2 last week. And we did a class on the 2, the 3, and the 4 of Wands. And honest to God, every time I study these cards and I sit and I think and I contemplate, you can't study the tarot enough. You just learn. I learned so much. It's crazy. Even looking at Waite-Smith and Waite-Smith inspired decks, it's amazing what we can peel out of these cards. And I love how the creators of this deck stayed so true to the original artwork. And then we see Pooh and Piglet. There is a sail. Something's going on with a sail that's on the dock. Just love, 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 love the artwork. Now this one's a little odd. So Christopher Robin is the maypole. They're dancing around Christopher Robin. I don't want to comment too much. I'm not teaching tarot, but I think there's what I want to say is there's not a card I can't work with in this deck. The 6. So we have what's that called? When you go in the potatoes, like a potato sack race. Is there another name for that? So we see the finish line here. So this 5 of Wands brings out the competitive nature of the 5 of Wands. And then Christopher Robin is helping him because Pooh's having some sort of trouble. It's beautiful. 6. And Pooh discovers the North Pole. 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a great card. And this is part of the story of the Tower card. He climbed and he climbed. He climbed and he climbed and he climbed. As he climbed, he sang a little song. Remember those songs in the books? Weren't they great? That's 7. 8 of Wands is a windy day. And I believe in the Pooh stories that there were messages delivered on the windy day. The wind carried things and unintentionally delivered messages. Excuse me. Now this card, I think there's something, I just thought about this. This card looks like a continuation of the Lover's card. I'm just thinking of the trees. One of the trees was a little fiery. 9 of Wands. Who carries on his journey without Christopher Robin. And then here we have Eeyore with all the sticks for his house on his back. Eeyore is collapsed. Now here is Rue, I believe. I don't remember this story. So Rue is drawing a message in the sand. I don't remember if this is a direct story. There are salamanders climbing up the tree. I don't know if these, like I said about the Venus sign, I don't know if they were absolutely necessary. The Knight of Wands. That's so funny. I'm going to pull that one out because to me that I want to see what I don't remember what the Knight of Pentacles is, because we all know that Eeyore doesn't move too quickly. And then here's the Queen and the King. Kanga. Kanga is sewing or pinning. And the King of Wands. What is Owl doing? So what the creator's done is included the salamanders, the symbols on the quilt, on the back of Owl's chair. I think she's done a great job. Great job. Okay. This suit is called Honey Pots. Two of Cups. The caduceus is on the tree. I don't know. Kanga has got pins in her mouth. Yes. Kanga has pins in her mouth. What do you think? I'm starting to think that these additions, right, where the Venus symbol and some of the salamanders and the caduceus, I don't know if they were necessary. Three of Cups, or Three of Honey Pots. A bounty of food around them. Naturally, Eeyore is in the Four of Honey Pots. Eeyore doesn't like honey. What is it that Eeyore likes? He likes thistles and things, right? Eeyore can't understand why Pooh likes honey. It's sticky, right? Sticky. 5. Okay, let's think about this one. 5 of Cups. I guess Pooh has to move on here because he's run out of honey. He's going to have to get out of the hole. So is this card the card that comes before the Judgment card? I mean, you don't necessarily need to think about it that way, but I'm just trying to put pieces together in my own head. And then this is the 6 of Cups. Friends gathered, reading a book. Seven of Cups. Which pot of honey will I choose? You ever do that? You go to a like a craft fair and there's different honeys, and some of them have, depending on the herbs or the berries or the kind of plants that are growing around the honey, that the honey is infused with flavors. And it's like going to a market and there's a tea stand and there's so many choices. And all of these are feeding to our emotions, food and emotions. This is the 8 of Cups. That's really well done. That's really well done. I like that card. Yeah, I maybe I didn't go back and read the blog on the Kickstarter page. So that might be a source of more information, is to go back and read all of the blogs. Nine of Cups. And 10 of Honey Pots. Page, Knight, and Queen of Honey Pots. Swords is labeled swords. So the two, there's both of the receptive suits have title changes. The Active suits, wands, and swords are just labeled swords. Here's your ace, 2, 3 of swords. What's going on in the 2 of swords? Well, we have the crossbones, the crossed swords. There's a raft. Piglet's on a raft. He's got the, look at Piglet here. Piglet has the heart, almost like a precursor to the 3 of swords on his back. That's interesting. 4 of swords. Oh, that's so sweet. That's the part where they tack Eeyore's tail back on. No, you're right, Dee. It's not the worst I've seen either. I mean, the worst is to have the heart and the rain and nothing else in the card, right? 5 of swords. Okay, so the raft that was in the raft is 5 of swords. That's kind of clever, actually. She's built in a bit of a story here. So 5, 4, there's the 2. Yeah, so she's built in a little bit of a story here. That's fun. And then somehow in the 6 of swords, the raft is repaired and off they go. That's kind of fun. I quite like that. So let's go 6, 7, and 8 of swords. 7 of swords. Okay, so we have a picnic, and for some reason, Rabbit is in the background. No, yeah, that's Rabbit. Is it Rabbit? I'm not sure. Somebody's taken off with some of the swords. And then 8 of swords is Eeyore. I wish I could do a good Eeyore voice for you. There's nothing I can do. Woe is me. Okay, let's put the 8 there. 8, 9, and 10. So return of the heffalumps. Oh, and Christopher Robin is battling the oh, look, we've got other people in, other characters in Pooh's Dream, not just the heffalump. We have Christopher Robin and Piglet as well, too. Debbie asks, does it help to know the meaning behind each character? I think maybe, I mean, Eeyore has a certain personality. I think it would. What do you think? I mean, some of you know Pooh really well. And I quite like that Piglet is trapped on the tree. That the 10 of swords is not Piglet lying on the ground. Mm-hmm. All right, let's look at the court cards. I'm just going to gather up the cards so I can shuffle and do a reading after. I'm really looking forward to shuffling. This is really lovely paper. You can see it's kind of a linen matte cardstock. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, it has gold edges, but that's okay. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. Piglet is riding on Owl. You know, I'm trying to think. Did Piglet ever ride on Owl? I wonder. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. And then the King of Swords. Is that Christopher Robin? No. Oh, that's Owl, of course. King of Swords is Owl. All right. And last but not least, we have the suit of chocolate pentacles. At least that's what's on the court cards. I think I'll do them this way. I'm quite liking looking at the sequences. Okay, Ace, 2, and 3 of Pentacles. I don't remember the cock, the rooster in Winnie the Pooh. If there was a rooster there. But just the general idea of change and movement and unrest in that 2 of Pentacles is great. Three of Pentacles is the farm stand. Four, 5, 6. So if you are working with seasons, we do have a winter mood in Pentacles, an indoor mood. And I'd have to go back to the stories. I remember Piglet and Pooh going out into the snow, and there was a specific purpose, and there was a mission here. I think that's an excellent 5 of Pentacles, going out and facing the elements. 7, rabbit. No. Oh, there's 2 7s. Oh, no, that's 8. 9. 7, 8, 9. Okay, very Waite-Smith with rabbit there. 8 of Pentacles. Are they all working together? And 9 of Pentacles is Kanga. Inside mood. Okay. 10. Ooh, what have we got here? Let me hold this one up. This is the 10 of Pentacles. I can't remember. Pancake Day. But this is actually a nice contrast to the 10 of Pentacles, right? It's facing the same, 10 of Cups. Okay, and then the court cards for this suit. We have Rabbit. Oh, that's clever. Because that horse doesn't go anywhere. It's on a merry-go-round. That's very clever. Remember I said I was going to keep this one out? So the Knight of Wands, it's Eeyore. So none of our knights are very fast moving in this deck. There's the Queen and the King. All right, let's do a reading. So I put all the cards back in, except I just have one Fool card in the deck. This is the box, the clamshell box. Mine is 5,249 of 6,000 decks that were printed. Look at the boxes. I mean, I know a lot of you don't care about your boxes, but this box is really very well done. Unfortunately, it did arrive damaged. There were so many problems with the shipping and whatnot. There is no little white book. This deck comes with these cards. All right, let's shuffle up. Yes, let's all be childlike forever and just read Winnie the Pooh. I had so much fun rereading the Alice books when I did that video a few years ago with my Alice decks. That was, I really enjoyed that. All right, so this is the first day of April. The moon is in Capricorn, waning half moon in Capricorn tonight, or the waning half moon exactly at 8:15 Pacific Daylight Time. Yes, they are quite scary. Does anybody have a question? How should we, let's just do this for the collective. We can also, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask the, let's ask the deck, what is the greatest strength of this deck? How might this deck provide support? What does this deck want to share with us? I'm not going to start the deep dive, new deep dive series on Wednesday, but I am going to do a walkthrough of Tarot Avatara on Wednesday, if you're interested. Hello, Donna. Welcome. All right. What do you have to share with us, Pooh? Here we go. So we have 3 of Cups. Building joy, the growth of joy, connection, understanding that we are greater with others. We are better with others because our differences shine and support one another. So perhaps this deck it's good for friendships. So we know that we aren't alone, that our thoughts and our ideas, that others struggle with these kinds of things as well too. And that sometimes we just need to have fun. You know, I know a lot of people struggle with the Devil card, and more often than not, sometimes the message that's coming through is let's just be joyful and let our hair down. And who cares if you have an extra glass of wine? Let's just relax. Live life. Live life fully and enjoy life fully. So maybe that's what this deck wants us to know, that we aren't alone, and it is okay to reach out and be with friends and enjoy the company of friends. Or maybe this is just a message for today. And you know, Donna, that card in so many pagan decks, where you see the lovers, I mean, to actually make love and roll around outside in the wildflowers and have time and space to do that. I mean, that's just would be amazing. Let go a little bit. And I know that's very hard for Eeyore to let go. And Eeyore types to let go. They hold on so tight. And isn't that part of what the unbirthday party was? It was to let Eeyore know that he's part of the gang. He is loved. He does have friends. Yeah, be light. Be light. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining me on this, the walkthrough of the Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. And I think this will just be one of those light-hearted decks. When I started going through it, I thought it's much in the same way for me that the Hilda Tarot is my light-hearted deck. Be kind to myself kind of energy. I feel like this deck carries a similar vibe. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will see you soon. I'll see some of you on Wednesday. Okay. Take good care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your Monday. Namaste. Yes, I saw that too, Aria. Aria's pointing out about the second edition. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.